Hey, what's up guys? It's your boy Matchamouse, or T-Rodent, or the concentrated powder of Camellia sinensis mus musculus, and I want to spend some time talking about community today. Specifically, my experiences with the circles that made me who I am today, and this awesome group of people we see flourishing here on YouTube and Discord. While this is happening today, I'll also be showing you some of the horrifyingly beautiful collaborations the Brodents and I created live on stream. To start this off, I'm a big fan of Therapy Gecko. I even saw him live in Philly last September, but you've probably seen him gecking around the internet on your TikTok or Shorts feed. But if you don't know him, he's basically a guy in an Amazon gecko costume that has people call in on his Twitch stream, and they proceed to talk about literally anything. One big point that comes up a lot in his conversations with people is that they're lonely or they can't seem to find anyone that shares their specific interest. And every single time he tells the person that if you can't find a community of people, be the one to start it yourself. And every single time I hear him say this, I can't help but completely agree, because I've realized that through high school, college, and beyond, I've done the exact same thing. I hope you enjoy me being extremely sincere and genuine while some absolute hoopla occurs on the screen. Anyways, let's start with high school. Probably the biggest community that shaped me back then was the high school marching band and competing jazz band. In those groups, I played alto and bari sax, and not only did those activities unlock a deep love of music and performance that I still have to this day, but I finally broke out of my shell as a quiet, nerdy kid and became a loud, nerdy kid. I also made lifelong friends and just became more confident in general. And I see now that if I didn't participate in those bands, I don't think I would have done the next few things I'm going to talk about now. In 2016, I graduated from high school and ended up going to a small school in my state for biology. Biology seemed to always be the backup plan because before any of that, I auditioned at one school for music and it was so bad, I cried my way out of the building. But thankfully, one of those lifelong friends from marching band were there to comfort me, and my path seemed to be set on studying biology. Don't get me wrong, I really enjoyed biology and science as well as music, which is why I picked it, and I don't think I would have changed anything at all because of what happened next. When I arrived at university as a naive freshman, there was a severe lack of opportunity to play my saxophone there. We didn't have a football team, which is where you'd typically find a marching band set in place, and there were no instrumental majors at the school either. The only performance-based majors were musical theater and dance and popular music studies, but that was a little different than a music degree. But although we didn't have a football team, what we did have was a D1 men's and women's basketball team, which typically have pep bands in the stands as well, and I saw my opportunity. I asked around and found that there was a senior who was trying to get a band set up because years ago, the school did have a band for the basketball teams, but over the years it just fizzled out and everyone kind of forgot about it. I was looking to continue playing my instrument, so I made it my mission to get this club off the ground, because if you can't find a community, the best thing you can do is make one. I won't go deeper into this right now, but basically I ended up finding enough people to start the pep band and became a founder of the organization. It's truly incredible because the work my new friends and I did gathering a strong foundation of people who are passionate about music now opened the floodgates to every other person who wanted to continue playing their instrument despite not majoring in it. And I'm really proud to say that 5 years post-graduation, the band is still going strong at the university today, and even more lifelong friends were made in that process. This was merely one circle of my college experience though, and while this is the most prominent in my opinion, I did have other really enriching experiences doing research with my professor and experiencing Greek life as well. Let's fast forward to Postgrad. It's May 2020, I got my diploma in the freaking mail because of COVID, and I'm on the job search. During this time, I also wrote and recorded my first EP titled Mirror, and after securing a job and moving out with some friends I made in those circles from college, I started a new community. This one being an independent band called AM Reflection. The Brodents already know this, but you can find our music on streaming platforms if you want to listen. I only recommend the self-titled album because we recorded it in a professional studio, and all the other shit I just made in my bedroom. But yes, my hunger for music and community continued on Postgrad, and for the next 4 years, me and a rotating group of 5 to 6 people found community in the underground music scene of New Jersey and Philly. It's a vast, sprawling community of young musicians and bands that I had no idea about, but I came to realize post-grad that there were many people who found and made communities of their own in rented houses and college events devoted to playing their original songs. It was truly amazing to be invited to play in those spaces, meeting so many like-minded people, and I really thought I was destined to become a musician at that point. But it turns out that being a musician performing your own songs for a career is like really, really hard to accomplish. I still highly recommend that if you want to make a band and perform, you should totally do it, but only do it for the purposes of having fun and everything else second. I was also invited to play with a lot of other people on their own projects and gigs during this time, and I'll forever cherish those memories. And none of this, absolutely none of this would have happened if I didn't take the initiative to start something where there was previously nothing, especially with my own band. I started without even knowing that there was a massive underground scene of bands until I took a leap into the unknown. Hell, like our first 2 gigs were something that my band set up independently with just a few other musicians that we knew, and it was a total success. You might be wondering, Matcha, all you talked about now was music. How did you start doing pixel art and streaming? To quickly answer this question, I got interested in pixel art in late 2020 because I thought it looked fun. But also it was a way to make like promotional stuff for my band, AM Reflection. I think the fact that it interested me from all the years of playing Pokemon, and I was actually using it as a means to support the community I created, really drove me to get better and better at it. And when I initially started streaming even, I only imagined I would stream my art, not even games. But here we are. In late March of 2024, my band released our self-titled album, and for various reasons, the band came to an end. Everyone was going their separate ways, and as I advanced more and more at pixel art, I had the idea to pivot to a new form of expression, and Matchamouse was born. As I started to get more and more of a following through art and streaming, I realized that I had an opportunity to create community, and with the help of one of my best friends, we got the Discord server up and running, and it's being made even better by Sam and Raging. Thank you guys for helping. I'm extremely Discord illiterate. Now, this was a type of community I hadn't really experienced before, and I've heard it from a few other people in the server, but although I'd been on the internet for most of my life, I never exactly found online spaces I felt comfortable with until starting my own server. I've not only found some incredible people that like and support the stuff I do, I've also found people from all around the world that I can do incredible and fun things with. For example, drawing these monstrosities reminiscent of the doodles scattered across all my high school notebooks. But, you know, we've also played Gartic Phone together, GeoGuessr, I've hosted game shows, art events, heck, we're even trying to make a game in the server right now. We talk about all the struggles in our lives, and people have made friendships that transcend the server, but most importantly, we've created a safe space to hang out online. If you've ever felt like an outsider in your life or you can't seem to find people to do your favorite activity with, be the one to start it. When I helped form the pep band at my university, I literally was just going up to people and asking if they wanted to be a part of it, which led to some of them joining my own band after college. You truly never know what could happen until you try. Streaming and making a server was pretty daunting to me, but it's probably one of the best things I've ever done, and I'm sure the possibilities of what we can do are endless. You don't need to have a following. You don't need to be an extrovert. You simply need to put in a little effort and give things a shot. I think you'd be surprised at just how many people would appreciate someone who takes initiative to reach out. There are millions and millions of communities out there, all doing different niche things, whether it be online or in person, and there's always going to be someone willing to participate and find friendships if you just take a small risk and ask. This is a topic I'm really passionate about, and I sincerely believe that you can find people anywhere that like to do the things that you do. We all need a support system in our lives, and definitely feel free to join my community if you're not in it already. The server is linked in the description below. And whether this topic applies to you or not, I really hoped you liked this video, or you just liked hearing a bit about my life, or watching these crazy things on the screen. I'm still working on my next big video essay on my experiences stepping into the world of internet comics, and it's taking so much time that I figure I'd just make a few smaller videos in the meantime. Let me know what you think of this in the comments. Have you ever made a community yourself? Any advice for people trying to start one? Share your thoughts, please! Thank you so much for watching, and definitely subscribe to and help us expand this community. And thank you so much to the people actively supporting the channel, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye!